Were made at the Oakley Lindsay Center in Quincy this evening. That was the site of the 7th annual Blessing Heart Gala. The gala raises funds and awareness to heart disease and the Heart and Vascular Fund of the Blessing Foundation. The ultimate goal of the fund is to help increase heart health in the area. People from all around the tri-states came to enjoy a night out with drinks, food, dancing, and live music.
Well, it's wonderful to have the community support, and of course we enjoy the community, and everybody knows everybody, and it's a great event to get together and support a common cause that we're all very much in favor of.
Almost 400 people showed up to the gala, and over $200,000 has been raised through the gala since its first year. The family of a woman